Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are back. We are back. Been sitting here a few minutes because you know how the internet goes. So we had to wind up starting all the way over. But welcome to a fresh start. Oh, I hope that you had an amazing time with your fresh start while I was away and that you really thought about the things that we talked about and that you're looking forward to us being back. I hope you have your cup. Every day is a fresh start. Every day is a fresh start. Hi, I'm Shauna Grace McIver, and I want to know, are you taking inventory of yourself, your boundaries, the boundaries that you have set so you can have a fresh start every day? Your boundaries that you made sure were in place so that nobody would have any question about who you are, what you like, what you don't like, what you will tolerate, and what you absolutely will not tolerate. Those are so vitally important. And I want to tell you why. As many of you know, I am a believer and I look at the word of the Lord. And this is what James 2 and 8 say. I am also a certified life coach and I do have a doctorate in counseling. I don't come to tell you what to do, I come to share perspectives so you can think in a different manner about how you handle you. Okay. James 2 and 8 says, if however you are fulfilling the royal law according to the scripture, you shall love your neighbor as yourself, you are doing well. Now, many of us grew up with this royal law. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Treat others like you would want them to treat you. A lot of us will have been taught that from a child on up. But in them teaching us that, they forgot to really put emphasis on as yourself. See, many a times we are thrown off guard because we haven't really been taught. Now, that's not everybody, but for those of us who have been taught to love others and to make sure we are there for others and to do for others, and it's always others, you never heard do for yourself. You never heard, don't forget not to leave yourself. Don't forget to leave yourself out. And that's what we've been talking about in our fresh start. Because every fresh start starts at 12:01 a.m. 12:01 a.m. is when that fresh start began every what day. Every day, 12:01 a.m. is a fresh start. Every day. Okay? So in that happening, what you have to understand is if it doesn't start with you, it doesn't start. If it doesn't start with you, it doesn't start. Okay? If it doesn't start with you, it doesn't start. Now, you might say, okay, what are you talking about? I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you don't know how to treat yourself, you really don't know how to treat others. And let me say what I have went through, one experience I have had. When you're busy loving everybody else but yourself, do you not know people begin to look at you as needy? They begin to look at you like you a special needs person. Why? Because a lot of people are not used to love. They're not. A lot of people are not used to love. What they are used to is abuse, manipulation, condescending remarks. That's what they're used to. So here you come with all this love. And because they don't know how to take it, they fight it, causing you to feel some type of way about yourself because you haven't taken time to love yourself. Now, if you're one of those who have, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to those who have loved everybody else, but haven't taken time to love themselves. They haven't taken time to do what they need to do. They haven't taken time. And when you don't take time for you, it causes an irritation when you start taking a lot of time for everybody else, because you're like, excuse me, I've experienced that. Why does that happen? Because yourself is looking at you, give all your fresh start and all your continued freshness for the day to everybody else, and you haven't put a drop over here to yourself. Well, I feel bad when I always, putting myself in front of everybody else. That's selfish. That's what we were taught. That's what we were taught. But that's not the truth. After God, you're the next person that he wants you to pay attention to. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's pollen season, y'all. This has been getting in my throat, but it's getting on out. I'm clearing it. He wants you to concentrate on you. Because if you don't concentrate on you, guess what happens? You fall apart while you're keeping everybody else going. And then everybody else that you are trying to keep going is looking back at you. And you know what they're saying? Why are they doing that for themselves? They're telling me all this stuff for me to do, and they're falling apart. They're falling apart. They're falling apart. They are falling apart. And you know what kind of vision that give others? Well, why should I listen to them and they can't do it for themselves? Why should I listen to them and they can't do it for themselves? I don't see them doing that for them. I don't see them doing that for themselves. Let me tell you something. You got to make it happen for you. You have to make it happen for you. Really, when you make it happen for you, you don't have to say much. Because people are watching you make it happen for you. You don't have to. You really don't have to say anything. Because they're going to start copying what you do to make it happen for them. You get what I'm saying? Your fresh start has to stay in place. Now, I asked you a question at the beginning. How much inventory are you doing on yourself, your boundaries? When the last time you checked in with you to see, are you handling yourself correctly? When's the last time you checked in with you to make sure that you're not getting soft on your boundaries? You started letting this one do this when you had set a boundary that nobody was going to do that. You started letting that one do that when, again, you had set boundaries that wasn't going to happen. You understand where I'm coming from? What you have to do is understand that you have to make sure you keep your boundaries in place for you in order for you to keep them for others. What am I saying? All right, let's use this for an example. Okay, let's go to relationships, because you know that's where my expertise really is. Single people, there are whole hours to be called, and there are decent hours to be called, and there are prioritized hours to be called. I guess you said, wow, I didn't know. Yeah, yeah. There are prioritized hours to be called. Now, with that said, you've set boundaries that you are going to be called in the prioritized hours. Nobody's going to wait until 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night to call you, to have a conversation. Number one, you need to sleep. Number two, you have a job or a career. Number three, your time is valuable. You are a priority. Why is a man going to wait and call you 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night when he's had all day to call you? He could start calling you that morning. If he can't even talk long. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Quenisha. I'm on my way to work, but I just wanted to holler at you before I went. Tell you, have a good day. If y'all have started a relationship, tell you I love you. And I'll check in with you a little later. You know what that says to you? You're on the brain. He's prioritized you. Now, you might not get another call until about 3 or 4 o'clock that afternoon. No problem. No problem at all. But he called you at a prioritized time. So when he calls you at 4 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you don't have a problem with that, because he's already clocked in. And during the day, he couldn't call, but you got a text. Hey, you all right? Just checking in. If you need anything, let me know before I get off so I can go by and get it and drop it off to you. That's prioritizing you. And he does that around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You get what I'm saying? Your boundaries have been set. And how did you set them? Shauna Grace, that's what I need you to tell me. How do I set them? You set them by when that phone rings at 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, you don't answer. It don't matter who it is. Because if it's important, somebody shoots you a text and you didn't answer and say, hey, we on our way to the hospital. Pick up the phone. At that point, they probably on their way to call you again, and that time you can answer. You understand that. But you wait till that time of night to call me just to have a full-blown conversation. We're not doing that. You get where I'm coming from? You set that boundary because every evening this man called you in what we call the whole hours. When you don't want nothing but you're just trying to find out what's open, which is mostly legs. Okay? And you letting them know, no, mine aren't. Good night. And you don't even answer the phone. And you not answering the phone, tell them I'm not that type of woman. How do I know? I had that experience. Now, the person was calling me those times of night because they were on their way to work. They work night. This is what I told them. I get it, but I don't work nights. And I'm in the bed, and I don't want you calling me, waking me up. You got all day to call me and talk to me. At that time of night, I'm in the bed. You think they paid me some mind? Sure didn't. Rang the phone just as pretty. And guess what I did? Kept on going. I was asleep. I woke up the next morning. I saw I had a missed call. When I looked to see what time it was, I said, well, that's the time I told them not to call. So I don't feel bad. See, this is what you have to do to make sure that you set your boundaries. That's how you set it. Well, if I keep ignoring their calls, they won't call. Then they didn't need to call. If the only time they can call you was whole hours, no. Then that's not the person you need to be talking to. Because you're not a hoe. You're not running a prostitute house. You are a young woman, a middle-aged woman, or an elder woman who is still up to par, who is still going, got plenty of energy and vibrant, and your boundaries are still in place. Your boundaries are still in place. And that's what you have to always understand. Your boundaries got to be in place. They have to be in place. They have to be. You can't take a chance that they're not in place. You have to have them in place. Do you understand? And you must keep a check on them. The very first time you answer a phone at 9 o'clock at night when you done already ignored those calls, you didn't get a text saying nobody was on their way to the hospital. You didn't get a text saying nobody was in an accident. You didn't get a text saying that somebody was stranded at the airport or something. Could you please come pick them up? None of that. You just got a phone call. You have to check yourself. Did I just answer that phone? I don't. Because see, if you do it one time, and this is what I tell people, if you just say that you don't do it and you turn around and do it, that one time broke everything you just said. You can't let one time go by. Because you know what? They'll say, oh, I thought you didn't answer the phone at 9 o'clock. I don't, and I don't know why I answered this time. Good night, clicker. They'll ring the phone back. You're not picking it up. Why? Because you don't talk to a man that time of night. They haven't talked to you all day. Because if they really have communication with you throughout the day, starting that morning, What else is there for y'all to talk about that time of night? Both of you tired and ready to go to sleep. So you got to check your boundaries. You have to check them. You have to make sure that you check them. Okay? You got to make sure that you check them. You got to make sure that you check them. Simply because of the fact that you need to be able to stay focused on what makes you the best version of what God made you. He created you. Have you noticed God got boundaries? Go back to Genesis 1. Everything he made had a boundary. He made the seas. The water was out where he didn't make it. The water was there, but he put boundaries around that water. It could go this far, no more. You don't believe it? Go to the beach and pay attention. You walk out on sand. That water comes up, but it comes up to a certain boundary, and then it goes right back out. It comes in, hits that boundary, goes. It's like something in that sand say, okay, that's it, going back out, and it goes right back out. Your creator has boundaries, and he blew himself into you. So yes, it's all right for you to have boundaries. You came from the person who had boundaries. That's what you came from. We're going to talk this week about the inventory. We're going to hit some areas because I want you to understand those boundaries keep you understanding that you are a priority, but it also says to others they've made themselves a priority. You just can't. Okay, question. Have you ever been around folk and heard people say, oh, honey, you just can't do any and everything around that person? Oh, no. Mm-mm. And they just as sweet as they can be, but you can't just do any and everything around them. They don't put up with that. They don't put up with that. No, they don't put up with that. They're kind, but you'll know. Don't try it. Why? Because they have lived a life that said you can't treat me like this. They have lived a life that said you can't do me like this. That's the kind of life they've lived. You feel me? So as we go through these next 2 days, I want you to really think about, am I still intact with my boundaries? Because if you don't respect your own boundaries, guess what you're not going to do? You're not going to respect the next person's boundaries. Oh, yes, I am. Not if you can't respect your own. Not if you can't respect your own. Okay? So join me tomorrow morning or afternoon or evening, whichever time zone you're in. Join me tomorrow. Let's talk some more. Let's talk some more about these boundaries. Let's see, are we still intact or have we kind of slacked back and we kind of not holding to our boundaries as we should? Okay? Let's see about that. So we can get back on, as they say, get back on the horse. Let's ride. Okay? Because your boundaries is what help you to have a beautiful life. If you don't have boundaries, you have chaos. Remember that. If you don't have boundaries, you have chaos. Let's talk tomorrow.